my name is Taryn Blake Miller, and I play as your friend, and you are listening and watching AMBY.
Hey everyone, it's Alicia from AMBY, and I'd like to welcome you to our interview with your friend. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm tired. But yeah, I'm happy to be in Toronto. It has like a very New York vibe about it. And so it was kind of like pulling into the city. It felt good. I don't know, I'm excited to play here tonight.
I just want to kick things off by discussing Gumption, your new record release.
Yeah.
It's such a lovely record, and it seems that fans are just absolutely loving it. So what's been
Really?
what's been one of the coolest things to happen since dropping it?
One of the coolest things, just this tour, honestly, getting to play them live. Because that's the part that I love most, is actually getting to live the songs. You know, you can listen to them and that sort of thing, but actually physically exploring them in like a sonic way is like my favorite part of making music, essentially.
And it's an album about courage. So could you just tell me a little bit about why you decided to use that as the underlining tone?
Well, it not necessarily just courage. That word has a lot of room, you know, for interpretation. The way that I took it was that having this, I guess to some degree courage, but in a sense, like a sense of self-awareness led to it, you know, the changes, the effort, putting in the effort and being like conscious while you're doing it, you know, was what I took away from it. Sorry, I'm like, okay, wait, how do I phrase this? But yeah, no, essentially to me it was just paralleling a lot of things in my life at that point, and I had already had the album name so long before that, which is funny, you know, that it's almost like I manifested it in a way, you know, elicited for myself.
I know before when you worked at a record shop, you'd fall in love with records just from looking at their cover or the names of the albums.
Sure.
And your album artwork is so cool and definitely has that intriguing factor to it. So how did you kind of come up with that?
I started paying attention to aesthetic and like what I liked about those record covers, or about the general like label presentation of certain things. Like History Always Favors the Winners is a Leland Kirby run record label, and he has Ivan Sealed do most of the artworks on it, and so it has this very collective aesthetic, you know, that's really nice and uniform in a way. And so I wanted it to somewhat hint at what was inside of the packaging, you know, to fit the mood, the overall theme of it, yeah.
To me, the album, I'm a lyrics person, so
cool, very
to
cool.
me it's just super poetic. So were you looking to poets for influence, or who are some of your favorite lyricists?
Oh, you know, that's funny. Also, yeah, I have a habit of not putting up lyrics, and I'm actually working on like a little small project of a way of releasing them to everybody in a nice way, just so that they are out in the world finally, because I don't do that. And that can be, I was talking about this with someone about trusting the listener with that, like giving them the words, giving them, you know, all of it. So that will come soon, so you will have the lyrics soon. But yeah, I read a lot of short novels or fiction, and so I tend to be really inspired by that, and that pace, that brevity, that it's very the intention is really clear, but you can take a lot more away from it. You know, it doesn't have to be so literal to me, and I think that's why, like, I love like Lori Moore, Miranda July, Barry Hannah, and I'm constantly getting more from people like Amy Hempel, you know, and I just read like collections a lot, and so yeah, I definitely have noticed that more so in the way that I approach lyrics, yeah.
And as you had mentioned before, now you're taking the album out on the road with Porches.
Right.
You mentioned the shows are going over great, and you love playing this new material. So which songs right now are your favorite? Which are you really vibing off of?
You know, I joke about it almost every time after we play it, but it feels very self-indulgent, but I really like doing Desired Things live. It's very cathartic, and it just has like this weight, like sonically, that I like to experience every night. And it, I don't know if it's a song that many people would say to play live. Like, yeah, you have to play that one. Like, I don't think it's one of those songs, but it's one that I insist that we play every night. Maybe for a selfish reason, but I really do like doing that one and seeing where it goes, because it kind of evolves. It doesn't have such a clear structure. As well as like Who Will I Be in the Morning, that last track, we've found ways to I wanted to take it somewhere, and so I found a way to make it go into the last track of the EP. And so when we have longer sets, we finish with Who Will I Be in the Morning into Expectations. So it's been really fun to do that as well. But Gumption always feels good. Like doing that song always feels good.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's been fun, yeah.
And I noticed how on your Facebook short description, it's Problem Child.
Oh, sure.
Were you a troublemaker growing up? Why'd you throw that in there?
I guess it was funny because I could be described as being like ornery, provoking in a lot of ways, but I was still very like responsible, like I got good grades. I was, involved in an athletic sport like every season, like I was very dedicated and loyal, and for some reason that juxtaposition is weird. But yeah, I did well in school, but then I got class clown of our senior class, so it's really interesting. But yeah, I've been trying to not take life too seriously. Like the other night we had a show in Grinnell, Iowa, which was really fun, a really intimate show at a college there, and there was just this really weird moment where I realized that we were playing Come Back From It way too fast. And I looked up at Chris at one point, and he just went like this. I thought he was pointing to Nick, the drummer, and so I just lost it, and I couldn't sing one line of the bridge. And it was really funny, but what he was referring to was that the sub was knocking these water bottles off one at a time. They were bouncing off the speaker, and that's what he was referring to. But it was just a really funny moment, but people liked that, and it's it was a nice reminder that these songs can be so brooding, and this record in itself is that I'm trying to find lightness within that. And so I think that that's how I've kind of been most of my life to some degree. Yeah, that's
one of the coolest things about live music, never knowing what can go wrong or what's gonna surprise you.
Yeah, we call that anxiety as performers. But no, absolutely. And I think that's what I love about the live show, is that it has room to evolve and change. Once you master a record, it's mastered, unless you go back and redo it, but yeah. There's a permanency to it. I describe it as being handed a name tag, at an event, and you have to write your name on it in Sharpie. You get one chance to do it, and so it's kind of like that. Once you finish a record, it's there it is. You have to be comfortable with that. So the live show has more room to breathe and change and take certain directions that you wouldn't expect them to. So certainly, yeah.
I love that comparison. Just to wrap everything up today, is there anything you want to say to all of your friends out there?
My friends, just thank you for listening. Yeah, thank you for your support.
And just thank you for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
It's my pleasure. And remember, to everyone viewing, you can visit us at musicblogya.com for all exclusive interviews, features, videos, and so much more with your favorite artists. We'll see you next time.